Okay guys, we're back. You haven't missed anything, sorry, it just takes me a few seconds to start recording again after the PlayStation saves the last clip. So really we've just gone up the ladder, we've just got Jesse's leg unstuck. Which is actually super important because I'm pretty sure I remember I did a playthrough in my younger days where I didn't actually unstick her, and as I went to escape I was told basically to get your ass back and rescue her. You know, which can cause problems, to be honest. The game gives you 10 minutes. Alright, now look, if you're a first time player, that message comes up. You've got 10 minutes until detonation, you're probably thinking, oh my god, you know, like, holy shit, I'm never getting out of here in time. The truth is, 10 minutes is so much time, it's not even funny. You can get out of here with 6.5, maybe even 7 minutes left. And that's with not skipping any battles, alright? That's with actually fighting all these guys on the way out. It might be a little less for me because I had to stop for a good 20 seconds to start the recording again. But I still should escape really with 6 minutes on the clock. So, I mean, you know, I can only imagine that if you were to escape all these random battles on the way, holy shit, you'd be out of here in... You'd probably be out of here in 2.5 minutes. You know, it's really not a major issue. Unless, like I say, you forget to save Jesse there and you have to backtrack. Yeah, that could knock a few more minutes off the clock, but it's still not an issue, alright? This is still the game's way of just introducing you slowly to the mechanics of the game, you know, not throwing anything too taxing at you. Yeah, it's very, very simple stuff. Of course, assuming you remember the way out, but I don't really think you can get lost, it's pretty linear. So we're nearly out now. And yeah, we're stuck in this battery, but we've still got roughly 7 minutes left. And that was with me having to stop to sort the PlayStation's recording out, so it's really not an issue. There's really no point in even having the clock. Final Fantasy games like to do that, don't they? I remember Final Fantasy VIII doing something similar. For those of you that have played it, you'll know what I'm talking about. In where you do the field exam. So actually, is it called the field exam? Where you go to the fire cavern and you fight Ifrit. You get there and the guys at the front say to you, you know, you can actually pick your own time limit on this one, alright? They give you a choice of 10, 20 or 30 minutes or something like that. And, you know, the simple fact is, it can easily be done in the 10 minutes. It can probably be done in 5 or 6. But the game, as far as I know, doesn't punish you in any way for choosing a longer time limit, so I always choose like 30 or whatever the highest one is and just farm a little, you know. Anyway, you know, that's maybe a different conversation for a different game. Maybe at some point Final Fantasy VIII will get a release on the PS4 store and maybe we'll play that one too. Right, so here we get to meet Eris, or Erif, for the first time. We don't know her name yet, obviously, that's not until much later. I am going to buy a flower off her. Now, I shouldn't be doing this, and I'll tell you for why. I checked the trophy lists for this game, and there are missable trophies. Incredibly, for such a long game, there are trophies that can be missed. And the big one, as far as I can see, is going on a date with Barrett at the Gold Saucer. Now, the only way to do that is to be mean. I'm going to fight these, by the way, while I'm talking. is to be mean to the two girls at the beginning. That'll be Eris there and Tifa. If you do that successfully, you may get a date with Barrett instead when it comes to it. But that's probably a good 10 or 15 hours, maybe even a little more, actually, into the game. So really buying that flower there from her pretty much means already I don't really stand much of a chance of getting that trophy. You know, because I've already been nice to her, but truth is, I don't actually want that trophy. I don't want to go on a date with Barrett. I don't get me wrong, eventually I do want to get a platinum trophy in this game, but for this playthrough, I want to play it how I normally play it, and that would be going on a date with Eris, right? Not Barrett. Yeah, it's going to mean me having to play for another 15, 20 hours of the game at some point maybe, or whatever, you know, to get that one trophy that I missed. Big deal, look, I'm going to be playing this game time after time. It's not a problem. There are also a lot of hidden trophies, and at this point I don't actually know what any of them are. I haven't Google searched them at all, so I honestly don't know. I'm going to assume they're probably, I mean, I don't know, they might just be story based, maybe they're hidden to avoid spoilers. They might also be, quite honestly, things like beating Emerald and Ruby Weapon. It's a bit of a sound bug on that. Or maybe it's just me. I couldn't hear the sound effect of the Braver. It might be just because I've only got one headphone in. Actually, thinking about it, that's probably the reason. But yeah, I'm thinking they're probably... actually, there's a good chance that they're probably story related trophies, and they're hidden just to avoid spoilers. I don't know. I guess we'll find out as we play. I say I did play the game a little bit earlier on just to familiarize. I got basically to this part here. Okay, this is as far as I got. So I played for about 20-25 minutes. So I have already got the first two trophies in the game. The first one being, I think it's just like kill your first enemy. So you get that within the first 10 seconds of the bloody game. And the second one being use a limit break, which you know, if you haven't done it already, you'll do it that first boss. So super simple trophies that really can't be missed, so long as you play the game for at least 15 minutes. And I'd imagine at this point in history there aren't going to be too many people that are now playing this game for the first time. I suspect most people have already made up their mind whether they like this game or not. And I know there's as many people that don't like this game as there are that do. You know, this is like the John Cena of video games, I guess. You either love it or you hate it. Personally, I love it. Like I said previously, this is my second favourite game of all time. That's just my personal opinion. You know. The first one, of course, being Super Mario 3. Which I know most people are going to disagree with, and that's fine. Yeah, that to me is my childhood. Alright, fine. Super Mario 3, it was just the ultimate game as a kid. And that's always stayed my number one. I don't know what number 3 would be. Okay, so yeah, I've been talking nonsensically, so I know I've been missing all the story. So after destroying the reactor, we're basically escaping back to Avalanche's headquarters. Jesse here is showing us a map of Midgar, basically, showing us how the trains run. It's all totally pointless, you know, except for the fact that, you know, this whole town of Midgar has got what they call a plate above it, which is blocking out the sunlight, and that plate is held up by a pillar. The pillar comes into play later on. As far as explaining how the train goes around the pillar and through Midgar, I don't really understand the point of that. It's unnecessary nonsense. So now Barrett and Cloud are just talking about, you know, why doesn't everyone just move up to the top then? And Barrett's like, well, maybe because they can't afford to, or maybe because they're proud people and they love their land and they don't want to move. Yeah, whatever. So here we are. Okay, so as soon as Cloud gets his spiky ass off the train, and we can start moving again. There we go. Okay, so Barrett's explaining that there is going to be a second mission, probably another reactor from the sounds of it. So here we are. We won't go that way just yet. No, we'll be seeing plenty of that place later on. You can go up and talk to this guy though. Then we get to see the giant pillar that's basically holding up the plate above. And again, we'll be seeing plenty of this place later on also. The first time I ever played this game, that pillar is where I actually died for the very first time. So that place holds my very first death in any Final Fantasy game ever. During the boss battle at the top there. That was the first time I died during my first playthrough. So Barrett's calling us over. So we'll just save the game here. I think I'm going to take a quick break there actually. So I'll call this episode here. I'm going to a super quick break. I'm going to carry on playing. Let's just check our items and shit. So we don't have many potions left actually. We used quite a few of them. Well, we can go shopping soon enough. Okay, so we just saved. We're all good. So I will see you guys next time.